Hello everyone, Mesolite Visual here with another video. In today's video, we're going to look at how to calculate and quantify brickwork and even put cost onto it. The project that I'm having here to demonstrate this is made up of an MS BIM ArchiCAD 2021 template that is currently running online. I'll put the link in the description so that you can download. It comes with a pack for MS or the Excel spreadsheet as a template for putting cost into elements that are extracted from ArchiCAD. So it has ArchiCAD metadata where all these elements are being captured so that they can be assigned costs per element from this. Without any further ado, let's jump straight to it. But before we start, I would like you to subscribe to our channel if you are new, and then make sure you like, comment, and share this video to keep us producing this kind of content. We're going to start first by assessing our project. Assessing meaning looking at these different types of walls. If you go to the ground floor here, you find that we have different types of walls. There is the exterior walls, which are basically 230 in thickness, and then we have the internal walls or internal partitions, which are 115 in thickness. So this is another thing that we need to put into consideration before you can start. Another thing is if you go to the wall settings dialog, and then under classification and properties, the classification that is being used here in this template is the Uniformat 2010 CSI. This is for organizing and structuring of content that is coming from our project. So as you can see, the exterior walls are under B2010 exterior walls class, and then if you check, the internal walls are under C1010.10 interior fixed partitions. I think you need to check every element it's in the right classification in that order. Yeah. The next thing, it will be if you go to VMap and then under the reports folder, if you click on that or open the folder, it has two different folders there. There is the first one, which is the reports legend, the legend reports for putting key in your drawings. So basically they're schedules that are meant for keying in or describing elements that are in your drawings. And then we have for bill of quantities reports. This is where we're gonna spend a bit of time in it. It has some subfolders there as well. We have the A substructure. If you open it, it has all the reports for elements that are under the substructure of the building. And then we have the shell, the B shell. That's where we're gonna look at. If you look at in this list, there is the brickwork report. That's the reason why we're going to do this video. We're gonna create that. Sorry. Yeah. The next thing is to select one of these reports and then right click on it, then go to scheme settings. We're gonna set the new schemes for the brickwork report. So what we're going to do here, we're gonna see if there is any report that is similar to what we want to create, or that are if you look at this list, there is there's foundation or brickwork and foundation. This is something that we can use. If you select on it and then come in the top left corner, the bottom left corner, you hit on new, and then we have options here to create a new scheme or to duplicate this. We're gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna call it using the classification. The Uniformat structure is gonna be B20/C10. This represents both the exterior walls and then the internal walls. and then here I'll just leave it as brickwork, then hit OK. Perfect. Now we have our scheme here created. Now we need to set it. If you look at the criteria here, we need to also assign or have a criteria that to accommodate both the exterior walls and then the internal partitions. So the first criteria is fine, is the element type, which is the value is the wall. Perfect. You can change if you are doing something different than this here. And then the second criteria is what is the uniformat 2010 CSI. So the value of it here is should be changed. I'm going to change this to under shell B20, then exterior walls. And then I'll add another criteria as a classifications, that uniformat 2020 CSI add. And then I'm going to cater for the interior partitions under interiors. Go to interior, then interior fixed, then choose. And then the second criteria, make sure the under and or it's or, change it to or so that it can accommodate or define the third criteria very well. Perfect. Now we have set the criteria for the selection of the walls in our project. We need to look at now the columns of our report. The first column title, it will be the uniformat 2010 CSI. In this case, it has the ID and then the name as the value of this. If you click on here classification options, you have an option to display only the name or the ID or even the name and the description. But for this exercise, I'll leave it as an ID and then the name. And then we have the net surface area of the outside face of our walls, which is okay. Another thing that is we need to add is the, let's add a field. To add the field, just click here on add the field. Then we're going to add the thickness of these walls. Find thickness. You can type, you can search here thickness. Under general, click this, add. And then another one is the length, because we need the length for these walls so that to determine the accessories of the walls, like the brick reinforcement or the waterproofing materials, just like that. They are dependent on the length of the wall so that you can quantify them. So I'll add another field as the length of this. I'll go under walls, check under walls, there must be the length of the reference line, which is the, then I'll add. So now I have four columns of the report. I think everything is super. We have the criteria, it's okay, and then the columns are okay. Hit okay. If you go now to the project map, and then under the elements schedules, you should find our brickwork, which is this. Click on it. There we go. And then the formatting of this table, you can click on this margin, double click on this margin to fit in content here. And then I'll select this item. I'll have the justification in the left. And then the title, I'll change this as caps. Brickwork. Perfect. Then the length of a reference, I'll delete this to remain with length, and then double click on the margin to fit in. You can do the same to this one, even the same to that one. Perfect. Depending on what you want, you can maybe drag to extend. That is upon to you, the format of this table. Perfect. Everything now is fine. If you go to your view map, this has to be in this list. What you can do, you can just save as this. And then, but I'm gonna show you another way of doing this. You can go to or bring your organizer. Show your organizer, and then you can just drag this and drop under the folder you want, just like that. Perfect. Close. There we go. Perfect. Now we are, if you unmerge this table, you find where there are at least a bunch of these elements here with different information, different values, like so and so. But I would like to keep it merged so that it makes this table cleaner and is simple to read. And then now we need to export this to the Excel spreadsheet. We're gonna do it in a fresh book. We're gonna learn how to link this information from ArchiCAD and the Excel. So to do that, you go to File and then Save As, then change the format to tabbed text, which is basically the TXT format. And then I already created it. I will replace this one. Save it there. And yes. For the sake of this demonstration, let me unmerge it and then export it. Export this as unmerged. Save as. Then change the format to tabbed text. Replace that. Yes. Perfect. Let's go now to the Excel. From here, guys, we're going to bring that thing, the report into it so that we can put the rate and then the cost of each element. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to data, and then under data there's from text. So if you click on it, there we go, and then you import that. And then from here, there's nothing that we can change here for now. Just a finish, and then this window will pop out. Go to properties, and then under this dialog, I will check the refresh data when opening the file, and then I'll uncheck the adjust column width, and then hit OK, and then OK. Perfect. That's your items there. And then formatting this report, you can also select everything, go to home, and then here change to all borders, and then pick the first row of the title and then merge to the center. I can also bold it. Even these ones I can bold it. This is how to set up, guys, the template for costing in spreadsheet that is being linked or refreshable, that is having a refreshable link with the ArchiCAD information. So what I'm going to do now here, we're going to add another column. We're going to say the rate of each element, and then amount as cost, and then I'll also perfect. Now what we need to understand here is these walls, they differ in terms of the rate because of the thickness. So 230 walls will be different from the 115 wall thickness in terms of how they rate. So I have something here that I'm gonna use as our standard. So the rate for the 230 is going to be 275 Pula. We use Pula in our region. Pula is 1:10 as compared to the dollar, the US dollar. So $1 is equivalent to 10 bula. That's how it is. So I'm gonna have 275 bula per square meter. That's basically the rate per square meter of this wall. So we have a surface area here, right? I don't know why this one says 0, but it's something that can be corrected. Okay, and then under the 1 and 5, we're going to have the rate really 135 bula per square meter. That's the rate of constructing this interior fixed wall. Perfect. And then I'm gonna drag this to that, and then this I also duplicate it to there. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do now is the formula for the amount. Like I said, this is the amount is going to be the rate multiplied by the surface area. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to go to hit equals, and then by using the arrows you can get this 2075, enter. Oh, sorry guys, let me start it over. I'll start it equals, and then that plus or multiplied by, I'm gonna multiply it by the surface area, and then enter. So that's basically 0, because I don't know why this exterior house is, the surface area is on 0, but it's something like I said, it's gonna be, it can be corrected. So what I'll do now, I'll drag this formula going down up to there. Boom. That's now the values of, or the amounts of constructing these walls. And then I'm gonna have the same here. I can also do the same there, just like that, because it will be the same. It's F24 multiplied by B24. Perfect. Now I can have the totals here. Total of the 230 walls, of the exterior walls. So I have the formula equals to, and then I'll drag, drag that there. Sorry, do it again, that, and then I forgot to the formula. It equals, and then bracket, then now you can drag that, and then sorry, what is wrong with this? Bracket that to the, enter. It says 0. I don't know why it should be plus. Then drag it. Where is it? There. Then enter. Perfect. That's the total amount of the construction of the 230 walls. And then I should put it here. I should put it there, and then we can do it for the 1 and 5, the internal walls. Equals, bracket, and then I'll drag the values there. Then make sure it's plus. I don't know why it's there. Ta-da. I don't know why this value. I'll fix it there. Perfect. That is the total for the internal walls. yeah, I guess you get the concept of the quantification and putting cost to this using the refreshable link for an Excel spreadsheet and ArchiCAD. The reason why I'm saying refreshable link, if you do this, if you go back to our schedule in ArchiCAD, and then let's say we merge this, just to make some changes in the schedule, and then we export, we save this again as, or export it to the Excel by using the txt format file, save as, and then okay. If you go back, you can select this, go to data, and then refresh this by that information. There we go, it addresses all this thing you get. But make sure you can, if you create this as a template, you be aware of this situation. You should be aware of this situation. So the best thing now is to delete everything here. Home, delete. Okay, then this one is, the rate is 135, and then I'm gonna do that. Perfect. So the total of this is going to be equal sum, and then I'll do no, it's already there in total. That's a good thing, it's already on, no need for us to do the total. I'll delete that. Perfect. If you keep your format this way, I think, like I said, it's easier to go through the file when everything is being simplified. So if you always merge your items to have two categories there, it makes your life easier. So even if you can go back to our model, our project, and try to add more walls. I'll add more walls, both the internal and exterior, like so. So it means the value of this will change, the surface area will increase, and then the total length of this also gonna be increased. So we're gonna save or export this again to our spreadsheet. Change to typed text, save. It didn't replace. Why didn't replace? I want to replace the typed text. We should replace. Save as. Okay, and then let's go back to our quantities, and then select one of the, to refresh, you select one of the cells, so the spreadsheet, and then go to data, under data find refresh all, and then go to refresh, then import, automatically to import, and the values will change. That's how you create a template. A very good template, it works like this. Even if the content that side will change, but it doesn't change the format. That's the reason why we've created all this thing. The good part of this is information is being linked in one file. The information of ArchiCAD is being addressed in one file, and then being linked now with these categories easily, and changes that are only affecting the values of this reports, not affecting the format of the BOQ report. That's the good part of this. So for an example, if you go to the summary report of this, you see everything here is 00. Now if we had to bring that information in here, this is what will happen. So under brickwork is 0. So what we'll do, go to the brickwork category here, you see everything has 0. So let's go back to the ArchiCAD metadata where all the elements are being linked. So if under shell, this is the brickwork. That's the brickwork. So you're gonna replace this by the newly created report from your ArchiCAD. Automatically it will change the values of all this report. Okay guys, I hope this made a lot of sense and gave you a lot of ideas on how you can quantify and schedule your project. And that was it guys. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment on this for any clarification that you want for me to clarify regarding this video. Thank you.